4, 3.
It's showtime.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Welcome to the party, pal!
See you at the party, Richter! I didn't kill my wife! I don't care!
Get away from her, you bitch!
I'll be back. I'll be back.
You did not gonna say that, did you?
What I do have are a very particular set of skills.
To do the binds.
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
Inconceivable!
Little Dallas multipass.
This is a tasty burger.
Face.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Do or do not. There is no try.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
I'm the bad guy?
And home. Smash.
I can speak with an English accent.
I have a very great friend in Rome called Bigger Sticker.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
You went over my helmet?
What would you prefer? Yellow spandex? I know, right?
There's no crying in baseball!
Hey, where are the white women at?
They're digging in the wrong place.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Are you not entertained?
Second star to the right. And straight on for one.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
21 gigawatts!
Wax on, wax off.
Oh my goodness, I am sporting a tremendous woody right now.
Excuse me? Baking powder?
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Bartender is the aristocrat of the working class.
You want to flip 6-3 whole play and you can score.
Cover me.
Why so serious?
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
On this team, we fight for that itch.
It might be a tumor.
It's not a tumor. No ticket. No ticket.
We're gonna get FUBAR now.
What the hell's FUBAR?
I get older, they stay the same age. They just...
Here's Johnny.
It's not what you know. It's what you can prove.
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude. 15.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Hope is a good thing. Maybe the best of things. And no good thing ever dies.
Oh my God. What a start. Good evening, and welcome to the Reel McCoy. I'm your host, Meffistoe, and always with me, my hetero life mate, all my feelings. How are you, sir?
232 episodes, still not a flawless one.
What is the Reel McCoy, you might ask? The Reel McCoy is your weekly movie podcast where we ask you to go watch a movie, you watch it, come back to us, and we break it down for you. This week, this month, finally a new month, a new theme, and the theme for this month is musical. Sing a song for us, the Piano Man. Because we're going to do something that I particularly don't like in movies. I wholeheartedly detest musicals. But there are some exceptions, and some of those exceptions will be this month. And we start with, I want to say, a cult classic. But
yeah, it really became a cult classic.
It has a cult following. I'm not sure it's a cult classic. It's sort of for me. It's on that cusp, definitely, and we'll discuss it in a minute. Definitely, the second life of this movie on VHS tapes, home video, all that stuff, definitely was way bigger, way more powerful, and had way more impact than the actual box office.
That, and also syndication. When it was put on loop on cable networks, did a lot for this movie.
Yeah.
I think they had several re-releases after it went on TV because there was such a demand for it on VHS.
And hold on, chair still falling down like a small service elevator. Anyway, the movie we are currently discussing is, of course, Little Shop of Horrors. Now, before we dive into the thing, we'll say hello to the chat. We'll say hello to Gambit, Kaladin, and Kalikioki. Welcome, you guys. Welcome, lurkers all over the world. And the replay guys, I see you. Let's, you know what? Before we go into our spiel, I want to say, and this is, not diving into the movie. The movie does have two distinctly different cuts. One is
Yes.
the theatrical cut, and one is the director's cut. Now,
Yes.
I, for some reason, had a lot of issues getting a copy of the theatrical cut, the regular cut, the cut that most people have seen.
Correct.
I had 4/essentially 3 version of the director's cut. The director's cut is what I saw today. It has a way different ending than the regular cut.
Very, very much so, yeah.
Yes. And on the flip side, Oh My Feelings couldn't find the director's cut, which is odd because...
Well, I didn't want to go sailing, so I was
I know.
everything that I could find, I'm like, yeah, I could buy it for like $35, but I'm like, I love this movie, but I don't need it that bad, man.
The weird part is, and this is something I actually forgot, or when we discussed it, I don't remember when, but I think I told you that my wife watched this with my kids a few months back, like a couple of months back.
Oh, no, I don't think you told me that. No,
Okay,
that's cool.
okay. So it came on because I told you I do have, I have an internet provider that also provides with, it's not cable, it's sort of basic cable. The national channels plus a little bit of extra, like Discovery and all that stuff.
That's kind of like in the States, they have like digital antennas that have a couple of channels and then your local news affiliates and stuff like that. Yeah.
So a part of the package, we do get a basic movie channel, but it's like not that good.
I think you've told me about that before.
Yeah, I know I did. Sometimes you get these gems. One of those gems just popped on the TV. Now, because it's digital, it's not like the old days. It's a streaming service per se. You just pause it, and my wife saw it come on. She paused it, and it's like, kids, we're watching a movie. They made a popcorn. They started watching. My boy left real quick. Not because it was frightening or anything. He's just me. I hated musical.
Here probably like probably just the first bit. Like I bet he didn't even make it to Skid Row.
No, I think he made it to Skid Row, but like at the first couple of songs, he was like, "I'm out, I'm out. It's not for me." Like, my boy. It's like, all right, I get it. You have to watch the rest of it because it gets really interesting later. All right, enough talk. We've talked enough. It's time for Behind the Screens.
Sound production, take 2.
Behind the Screens is where we turn to me and a little bit of All My Feelings and get the lowdown on everything that is behind the scenes, production-wise. I found some great fucking notes on this.
Yeah.
Thank heavens.
I was going to say, before we start, I did want to ask you, what was the first time that you recall seeing the movie?
Now, the first time I've encountered this, which is a lot of these 80s movies, there was a show on Thursday. It was a skit show. Between the skits, they had sort of spots, right? So there was the music spot. So they had one guy who came in from the radio, who was a radio guy, and he was like an expert in music. Every single week he got the new album. So that's where I knew about like The Cure or something a little bit more obscure, less poppy. The other guy, the other spot that they had was a movie guy. And whenever a new movie was coming out, he was the first guy to talk about it. Now, most of the movies he talked about didn't reach Israel like a month, maybe a month and a half later, just because of the way things worked in the 80s, right? The way they released things in the 80s. Now, whatever it's released, it's worldwide. Everybody's got a copy, no problem. Back then, you needed an actual film copy, and then you had to already have subtitles on it. Or if you're in Europe, you had to have dubbings on it.
Yeah.
So we have that.
Okay.
So I knew of it from that guy.
Gotcha. All right.
And a lot of other movies. But the only time I've seen it is on VHS.
Interesting.
Behind the screens.
Yeah.
Okay. Behind the Meffy, and it's all good. All right. Cool. So I'm gonna touch upon this a little bit, but it will come back around in a few moments. Now, the movie, the original version of Little Shop of Horrors was actually a Roger Corman movie back in 1960. It was shot over 2 days with a recycled set from a different movie. Roger Corman saw there was a set available.
Yep.
He wanted to use it. He didn't even know for what for. And they quickly came up with ideas. He paid the actors a week's worth of salary, and they literally shot it over 2 days.
Yep.
He just kept them on and kept the budget low. And the movie had sort of that Hollywood marker of, oh, this was a movie that was shot in 2 days. It's so ridiculously over the top and had a really wacky idea for 1960, right?
Yeah, very much so.
And that era, that time period was actually preserved throughout the ages, because if you've never seen any version of anything, just this movie, they preserve the 60s, the early 60s.
Oh,
vibes.
the full
like
aesthetic. Yeah, very much so. Like it feels like late 50s, early 60s, especially like somewhere that's green, especially is referring to things that happened right at that time. So it feels like a certain time capsule. And even
like
the open narration refers to it's basically that time, and how they even mentioned Kennedy.
Yeah, they mentioned that. What I was going to say, they just mentioned Kennedy and that sort of era. Plus, it's not really 60s. It's way more like late 50s.
It's really
on the cusp.
It really feels like a Dwight Eisenhower era of Americana. It really does.
Yeah. So the movie later on got developed by David Geffen and a couple. Well, he was the main producer because he thought the idea of it kind of makes sense for a Broadway play.
Yes.
And he brought in Howard Ashman and Alan Menken to write and sort of write the script and then write the lyrics and the songs and everything. And it went on Broadway and it did gangbusters. Like Broadway, it went to London. It was really big. I was surprised because there's like I don't know when it was shot. Maybe it was after the movie came out. I don't know, but it felt very 80s. They filmed like a news crew filmed people coming out of the movie, and it was like women and young children who went to see this. Now, I'm mentioning this because of the ending, which we'll get to in a moment.
Yeah, it's more of how it was marketed at the time. Because the way that it was marketed, it seemed like it's a kid's film.
No, I'm talking about the play.
Oh, the play. Okay.
They were coming out of the play, and it's like,
we're
gonna go watch this again and tell our friends, because the play did really good, like really really popular at the time. And David Geffen said, well, why don't I just bring this to Warner Brothers, because it would be really weird as a movie.
Yeah, didn't they try to pitch it to Martin Scorsese?
I'm going to get to that in a moment. Now, like I said, the play has been going on Broadway for a while. Then it kind of stopped, and there's a new production on Off-Broadway until today. And actually, tickets have been sold until January of 2027. And the Off-Broadway production started 2019 with a whole new production, whole new cast and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So when everything kind of got started, Geffen pitched a movie that had a budget of around $6 million. It would have been produced by Steven Spielberg. Remember, David Geffen, Katzenberg,
Yeah.
Spielberg.
They're
crew.
tightly knit
Yes.
together. Yeah.
We'll get to Katzenberg in a minute. Steven Spielberg produced, and Martin Scorsese as the director. None of those people ever touched this movie at all. Like, maybe there was influence of Spielberg about who's going to be in it or directing it, maybe, but I don't have that information confirmed.
Yeah.
You do you. Don't go to fucking Google AI. It's wrong.
Yeah,
absolutely wrong.
I was just trying to think though, if you could imagine Scorsese actually creating this, it probably would have been about what, 2.5, 3 hours.
Yes, the dentist would have been definitely Joe Pesci. The Mr. Mushnick would probably be De Niro. It could have been Pacino. I'm just saying.
No, I could actually see Harvey Keitel.
Oh, scrap that. Harvey Keitel.
Right.
That's a fun little story. Okay, so the thing about it is, they decided, why don't we just eventually Frank Oz was attached to the project, and what the sort of production team, along with Frank Oz, what they thought of, we just want it contained, sort of like preserve the play aspect of it, the Broadway aspect of it, and shoot it all in one place. And also, just as much as Corman did, keep it as close to the flower shop as possible. Shoot from within it, outside from the outside in it. Keep it within the shop as much as humanly possible. If you notice throughout the movie, Audrey lives just across the street. Several times they go into the alley that leads into that sort of dilapidated place between the brick houses.
And
that's
the
where
only
they sing,
other
Suddenly Seymour, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and also where he chops up
that's
Orin.
also where he chops up the body. That's also where they kind of decide to get married. Sort of like everything is.
And also,
really
that's where
self-contained.
when he's singing on Skid Row, when the army of bums are climbing up the chain link fence, that's also that shot. And the only other really location that's filmed is just the bit of that's Orin's office.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only different actual set dressing that's really done in the entire film.
Which they kind of had to reshoot because of blood spatter.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Weird. So they had a full replica of Skid Row, the actual Skid Row, built in Pinewood Studios. It was not shot in the US at all. It was all shot in England.
Oh, really?
Yes. I thought it was shot like at a Warner Brothers lot, because I know they have a New York street.
With Moranis, I thought it was probably shot in Canada.
Okay. I can see that. But no, it was all shot in Pinewood Studios.
Oh,
it took about 3 months to build the set. The woman, whatever. The designer who was in charge of the props actually had to go to New York because they couldn't find grimy looking trash cans, the old style trash cans, the Oscar the Grouch style trash cans. And what they did is they bought new ones in New York, went to Manhattan, and whenever they found a really grimy looking trash can, they went to the owner and substituted a new one for the old one and brought it back to the UK. That's how meticulous things were. Yes, they exported the grime of New York to Pinewood Studios.
That is fantastic.
Yes, I know. It's so fantastic.
So you're saying the prop designer went method, literally.
Yes, literally went method. Now, the problem with the Pinewood Studios is that they shot mostly during the winter. the winter of 85 to 86. And the if you notice, the set is really big. The entire place had problems heating. So in some shots, they had a foggy breath. So they sometimes, especially in the close-ups, they had to chew on an ice cube for a second in order to
drop
do
your
the
body
line,
temperature so you wouldn't.
and then do the line and then do the whole thing. The problem is that everything on set was like the actors made each other laugh all the time, which ruined a lot of takes.
Well, to be honest though, on a set that has John Candy, Bill Murray, Steve Martin, Rick Moranis, and Levi Stubbs, yeah, you're gonna be laughing a lot.
Well, Levi Stubbs wasn't there. Bill Murray was there for a day, maybe two, and Candy was there for a day.
A day, yeah. But that was in between film shoots for Murray and Candy.
I think
I'm not
so.
mistaken. Yeah.
It's like 85 to 80. Well, you never know. All right. So Rick Moranis was David Geffen's first and probably the only choice to play the role. The thing about it is, like Rick went to Frank Oz. Once Rick was picked before Oz was even on the project.
Oh, okay.
And then when Frank Oz was brought in, Rick went to Frank Oz and sat down with him and told him, "Look, I'm willing to do this role. I think this is a fantastic role. It's so quirky and weird. I want to do it, but Frank, you're the director. You have that final say." Back when directors had final say.
Yes.
It's like, if you don't want me, I'm gonna step down and tell Geffen that I'm not gonna do it. And Frank Oz looked at him funny and was like, "Well, Rick, of course you're my only choice." And that took care of that. Now, that's less controversial. The more controversial pick is actually Ellen Greene.
Yeah, which we talked about backstage for
Yes.
a bit. Yeah.
Now let me set this up. Ellen Greene is the original Audrey from the stage play, from the Broadway show. She
Correct.
did Broadway. She also did shows in London as well.
Yeah.
She was so synonymous with the role when Geffen, who produced the theater version, didn't think of anybody else except for Ellen Greene for the role. He's like, she is so perfect. She has that combination of innocence and really good voice when she's on stage. I think it would translate into a movie like this, especially because it's a musical. When she sings, she's got a good voice. She can carry it.
God, she could project too, which is like, you don't really see that until you kind of get some of it in Somewhere That's Green, but when Suddenly Seymour, yeah, you're like, wow, she has a power behind those vocal cords. So, like, it's amazing.
Exactly. And we both know there's a major difference between standing on stage and projecting. We can call it overacting when it's in the movie, but when it's in the theater, you need that.
You
need your voice to carry to the entire place, right? That's why sort of like the Patrick Stewarts in the world, we talked about it like a few weeks back or a week ago.
Well, even Ian McKellen
was the same way. Alan Rickman, those guys have that overacting bit in them. But for Ellen Greene, it's a musical, so your pipes are your main, your main issue. The problem is Warner Brothers, because Geffen was like, "I'm good." Frank Oz was like, I'm stoked."
Frank Oz even said, like, no, she's the only one that can play the role.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Warner Brothers was like, "Oh, we need star power." So everybody probably knows about, they wanted Barbra Streisand.
Yeah. Which, no.
The thing about it is, the first choice wasn't even Barbra Streisand. It was actually Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
because Cyndi Lauper was huge
Yeah.
in '86, right? She turned it down. It was like, and then, we're gonna get Barbara because Barbara's known for doing these musicals. We made lots of money with Barbara, or in the past couple of movies that we did with her. And Geffen just flat out said no. And when Frank said, "I need her in this movie," he sort of like they did the movie, and then when they interviewed him about Ellen Greene, he's like, "I didn't know, but she was probably," he's like, "I'm not sure about the history books, but she is probably the only actress that made the move from being Audrey, or the part that they did in the theater in Broadway, and they did it in actual, like, a movie.
Like a film adaptation, yeah.
So she is maybe probably the first one, but again, I don't have any I didn't go diving deep into that one, but I found it interesting. Okay. So the whole thing about this movie is they changed a little bit of what was happening in the theater to what was happening in the movie, because Frank Oz wanted to go big in terms of, like, impact. He wanted Menken and Ashman to really pop what they did on the stage. They wanted to pop in the movies. One of those decisions is actually have a little bit of that early 60s Motown feel. That's how the sort of Greek chorus,
I would say it's a little bit more doo-wop than Motown. It's a little 50-50, yeah.
It's doo-wop. It's the girl trio, like Diana Ross inspired type of like a girl trio, and then bringing in Levi Stubbs it's the front man from the Four Tops.
Yep,
a lot more doo-wop into being the voice of Audrey too. Right.
Well, because you even get that in the song when Seymour gets to, there's that little doo-wop group that's together and they're singing a song before Two lands.
Exactly. Where was I? Yes, there. Okay. So talking about Audrey 2. Audrey 2 was created by the team of Lyle Conway, a designer that was working sort of like side by side with the Jim Henson Company.
Yep.
Because he helped them do Dark Crystal, another Frank Oz directed movie.
Yep.
He worked on some of the Muppets movie, and later on he actually became like an official designer for the Jim Henson Company, doing other stuff for them.
And just as a quick aside, it's really funny. Jim Henson's daughter is in the movie.
Who's like an extra?
Little girl is sitting in the dentist's office as he's singing, "You'll be a dentist."
With the doll?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Don't worry, Sander. I'm getting to the Jack Nicholson parts. Don't worry about it. So they built 7 different Audreys that grows throughout the movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
The problem with animating the head and everything wasn't actually the head or the lips or all that stuff. It was actually making the vines work as if they're actual things that can grab stuff. Because remember, this is 86. Everything had to be mechanical. Everything had to be physical.
Actually, like full practical, which is like, this is why, again, there multiple times, if you were to look over my nose, like it's the puppetry is amazing. It's still astounding.
Yes, it is.
It's insane.
And now I'm going to combine the two things together, because both the song, A Big Bad Mother from Outer Space, and the visual effects were nominated for an Oscar. Now, the song was first of its kind, because it was the first song that was nominated that actually had profanity.
That's
in it. Not the mother. It's the tiny titties thing. The titties. thing.
No, it's a Tough Titties. Yeah.
Tough Titties. Yes. Tough Titties was like, oh, it was okay in the 60s, but not in the 80s. We can't pull it on.
The same thing with I'm
Why?
gonna bust your balls. That's also a line that's right in there when the vine goes right underneath his legs.
So the thing about it, in the Oscars, every song that's nominated is actually performed on the Oscars. I don't know if it is today, but it used to be. A big part of the show is you have 5 nominee songs. So throughout the course of the entire show, you have these songs that help actually do the transition between awards and other things, like between awards and awards.
Yeah, I don't think they do that much anymore. I think they stopped doing it about 5-10 years ago.
Maybe because it lengthens the show and they want to make it shorter.
Condense it a little bit. Yeah.
Anyway, so Levi Stubbs was he was on stage singing the songs. They had to clean it up for TV. Yes. I don't know what he sang instead of the titties. But it's funny. And
given that Mishnik is definitely, I would say, a part of your tribe, this is like Tough Tookus.
Tough Tookus, yes. It's Tough Tookus. So, and it didn't win. I don't know what won, but I do know who won in 86 or essentially 87 for visual effects. Could you guess which movie won for visual effects? Movie that came out in 1986?
I can't think of it off my head.
Chat can know. Sander probably knows. It's really famous. It had a garbage can for a mechanical monster. Well, the prototype was garbage can.
Oh, was that
I'm waiting for the chat to move. Everybody stomped. It's Aliens. Aliens, not the Wiz, Paul Harley, not the Wiz.
I would now see now Aliens would be like, oh yeah, and one of them they actually initially they used a dog for the costume. It's like, oh okay, now I would have gotten it.
No, that's the original. That's Alien.
I know.
For Aliens, they used to build the mother. They built it out of like scaffolding, and they put like black plastic bags all over it to make it look menacing. It's weird looking and fucking insane.
Wow.
But if you want to watch it, you should go on Netflix and on the show The Movies That Made Us. Watch the Aliens episode. It's there. It's crazy looking. But yeah, that's fun. All right, now the fun stuff. Now the stuff that I love, which is like included in the movie, but not really. So the nurse, did you manage to see who the nurse is? The nurse that gets punched.
That's Miriam Margolyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Miriam Margolyes is a British actress. And she was in this movie, but also later on, she was in another Warner Brothers production, a really famous one. She was in Harry Potter, who played Professor Pomona Sprout, the herbology teacher.
See, you know what's interesting is just the fact that, just as an aside, this is not a condemnation on your wife. She just had the attitude when Arthur was sitting there. It's like, well, ask it.
Yes.
I'm on break. It's like, because that's all the sass that I would get from your wife.
That is correct, sir. That is correct. So you mentioned this before, but I will mention this again. 3 comedians, 3 very well-known comedians were hired and encouraged to ad-lib in the movie. Steve Martin didn't actually ad-lib lines. He actually said the lines verbatim.
Yeah.
What he did improvise is the dance move. Nobody taught him the dance move. He came up with it himself. All the gyration, all the sort of semi-Elvis.
Did it? Well, the with the shrine with the "Oh Mama," that improv?
No, that was
okay. That
in
was
the song.
from okay.
In the song, it's not the way it's written. It's the way he sings it or how he performs it. The guy on the like a scaredy cat on the wall when he does like look in it and he's like this. That's all him.
Okay,
he came up with it.
Just as a fun aside,
I'm gonna make him. He's gonna drop. I know he's gonna drop. It's in the lines. It's in the script. I'm just gonna do this, and he's gonna drop, and that's gonna give me like this weird villainous power.
Yeah. Well, as an aside, just when doing the rewatch, because I completely forgot about the whole like shrine bit there. You know, the first thing I thought of, Jason.
Yeah. I didn't go there.
A sadistic psychopath. Yeah.
I was going
that has a shrine to his dead mother. You're like,
like I know about that. I remember the shrine really well because I love that entire. That's my favorite sequence of the entire movie. That's my favorite song from the entire movie because I love it so much. That "Oh Mama" bit, I know it by heart.
Yeah.
I remember the picture that is on that shrine. That is a very ugly woman. Very. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's more like a Psycho vibes, but I'm gonna go with whatever you're going.
They're a little bit. I was going more for the shrine bit because that's exactly what Voorhees did. So
okay. I get it. Bill Murray. Bill Murray came in. He was prepared. He knew the lines. He knew other people's lines. Essentially, Steve Martin's lines.
Yeah.
He came in, and Frank Oz is like, "Look, you know the script?" He said, "Okay, yes." Like he threw it. I want you to come up with something else and just ad lib. So every single line that Bill Murray says on camera was completely ad libbed.
And that's when the man's a fucking legend.
now you're telling me, how does that actually work? Because he came prepared, because he knew Steve Martin's lines, and he knew Steve Martin was working by the book, he just filled in the gaps in order to make Steve Martin's job easy, because Steve Martin doesn't need to react to any ad libs. He was just doing what he was supposed to do.
Yep, doing the role.
Right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Amazing. That's why Bill Murray is fucking the man.
Great. On Monday, but then he recommended the person I saw on Wednesday, and I only go to her because of loyalty, and she has really strong arms.
Yes, all of it. Now, John Candy, who came in for a day, was offered the Mr. Mushnick role originally, but he said, "No, thank you. I'm just willing to do a bit part." Sounds familiar? Sounds very much like Home Alone, right?
Oh, yeah, very much so. Yeah.
I was like, that is a real interesting thing, because John Candy is that type of guy that he knows the focus is Rick Moranis, and they're friends. Candy came in and did one day, all of the bits with the radio host, all of it is fucking ad-libbed. All of it. Rick Moranis's lines, by the book. The problem is, John Candy made Rick Moranis laugh hysterically every single fucking take. It was rough one day. It was a rough one day for Rick Moranis.
Take 34.
Take 35.
Mark.
All right. Now we get to my fun bit, because I found this loop fucking crazy. We're in the dental office. There's dental tools. There's even supposedly like old dental tools. Well, this is a Warner Brothers picture, and Warner Brothers is the type of people who would recycle bits and pieces from a movie and take it up to a different movie. Yeah. So the dental tools that you see in Steve Martin's office were reconstituted and regurgitated to fix up the Joker's face in Batman 89. In Batman 89, the Joker was Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson was an actor in the original Little Shop of Horrors. It was actually Jack Nicholson's first ever appearance in a movie. Also, Jack Nicholson played the Bill Murray role in Little Shop of Horrors. I love this. I love going to movies like this. All right. Now, out of the trio of singers, Tisha Campbell and Tashina Arnold had a long-term friendship.
Yes.
They've met on set. Tisha was the one teaching Tashina how to do the sort of 60s moves.
Yeah.
Because Tisha was much more of an accomplished dancer. So she taught her how to do the move, and they developed a friendship that moved on to Martin. They did Martin together for about 5 seasons.
Which I was going to say, the entire time it was like, oh, damn, Gina.
Yes, exactly. They did 1 season, which was the final season of Everybody Hates Chris. She, I think Tashina was playing Chris's mother. Tisha came in the final season as the, I think the next door neighbor, like the criminal next door neighbor. But also they've done lots of different, like various projects that like they did like a singing contest, I think. They did lots of different projects together on TV, mostly, not movies.
Yeah.
Okay, before we get to the budget, the original movie had a very dark ending. It had the stage play ending. And then it went to test audiences. Test audiences gave it a 13% rating. And they absolutely fucking hated the fact that it ended on a very sour note. Now, you will tell us, what is that ending if nobody has ever seen it?
So that is from the director's cut too, correct? Yeah. So essentially, what happens is that Audrey convinces Seymour to let her sacrifice herself in order to feed Tui. So then, essentially, the plan with Jim Belushi's character, that the Patrick Martin, the marketing guy, does end up getting the buds sold all over the world, and they're just literally everywhere. And one of the last shots that was in the director's cut is 2, or a version of 2, on the Statue of Liberty, and essentially like they take over the world. And
I will show it. I will show it close to the end, because we're already. We're at a 40-minute mark. We're going to talk about the movie very little.
Well, it's mostly songs. So
it's mostly songs, but yeah. Okay, so there was a very dire ending, and what they ended up doing is spending some more money doing reshoots, and did the happy ending for the theatrical cut, where Seymour manages to grab an electrical cable, electrocuting Audrey,
which made no sense because he would have killed himself by grabbing it in the first place. But
I know, but it doesn't matter. No, he grabbed the never mind. He grabbed the plastic part. Never mind.
But it was close enough to where his body was, where any kind of connectivity would have hit his body, and he would have been fried. Yeah.
Anyway, and
semantics aside, no.
Course,
the best part is at the end. It's just that the big shot of Tui going, oh shit, and exploding. And that's kind of then it goes to where somewhere that's green, and then it just has the.
It goes to essentially Audrey's song, Somewhere That's Green, where they do end up in that song. Threw me off, because I remember her singing about a house and a lawn and a picket fence. She didn't sing about a picket fence. She sang about a chain link fence. And I was like, I don't remember that, but I guess it is.
That at the time was the height.
I was like,
it's the same thing with like eating TV dinners and watching.
Yeah, I know, but like, isn't it a picket fence. It's like it's like a 50s vibe.
Picket fence
house-
became a nostalgic bit about the era.
Oh.
At the time, chain link was the new thing.
Oh, so
yeah.
And TV dinners is the whole microwave thing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I know, like an ironing machine and the song and the giant 12-inch screen. Yeah.
Me and my wife were giggling listening to that song. It's like, yeah, it's a Tupperware party, but you can't say Tupperware.
Yeah.
But essentially it was that. It's that 50s dream rather than a 60s dream. But yeah, so the dark ending sequence, that entire sequence was $5 million out of the budget. We'll get to the budget in a bit, but it's $5 million.
Well, it does make sense. Yeah.
Reshoots $2 million.
Oh, because of the puppetry. Yeah, that makes sense.
It was all about the puppetry, all right? Because like I said, originally Geffen thought it would be around a $6 million budget to shoot the movie. He actually thought it would be a really cheap movie to make. We're not going to make a ton of money on it because it's a musical, but it's a cheap movie to make. And it ended up costing a total of $25 million, about 4 times what he wanted.
Good shit, man.
At the time, it was one of Warner Brothers' most costliest productions. And it brought in $39 million at the box office. It's mostly domestic, so Canada, US. Didn't quite release in Europe like I thought it would, but what it did, we discussed this, it made absolute fucking gangbusters on home videos. It had a real massive second life, syndication like you mentioned, and like a genuinely sort of cult classic feel to it almost immediately after the release of the home video and all that stuff. And a really, really interesting thing about what happened after everything got wrapped. The movie ended, sold, blah, 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 all that stuff. Ashman and Menken were looking for a new job. They were moderately famous now. They were absolutely nobodies when they wrote the original stage play. And Jeffrey Katzenberg, David Geffen's friend, just got appointed to the failing Disney animated section of Disney Corp. And he was charged with revitalizing it. Geffen recommended Ashman and Menken to Katzenberg, and he, of course, took them on. And they produced this. The Little Mermaid.
Was it Lion King?
Beauty and
the
the
Beast, Aladdin,
Lion King. Just those 4. Like other things, but just those 4. The weird part is, go back, and this is an exercise for anybody who watches this podcast until this point. Go listen to A Part of Your World and listen to Somewhere That's Green.
Oh, they are very similar.
Really familiar.
Yeah, wow.
Somewhere That's Green.
Yeah.
But it is side by side with Part of Your World. And then listen to the entire song and you can see there's similarities. They're not exactly the same, very similar. I heard somebody say it on a video. I saw the bit. I went and listened to both songs. It is acutely similar. It is fantastically similar. It's so insane. And yeah, so weird that one movie essentially has nothing to do with Disney saved Disney animation for a while until Pixar killed it.
Oh, yeah. Well, then
until Pixar
Disney
came in 95 and
well, then Disney basically bought out Pixar.
Yeah. They were so dead, they bought the competition.
Yeah.
All right. We are 50 minutes in, and it's time for our first game of the night. You know it. Missing Marquee is where we take 10 posters. God, I'm going to stay here on the downstairs floor. Missing Marquee is where you take 10 posters, pit them. What the fuck? 10 posters have their text written off. We display them. You know what's up. This chair is kerfuffle, to say the least. So Paul Harley's like, game time. Yeah, I know.
Can you punch in?
Oh, yeah. You know this movie. We covered this movie. It's one of the posters. It's not the poster. It's one of the posters. It is not A Quiet Place.
Not The Quiet Place. No.
It is not A Quiet Place. It's a movie.
Oh, I know what it is. Yeah. Got it. And actually, we need to actually cover this guy's new film.
We did.
We did not cover Weapons.
No,
Weapons is a good movie.
I need to watch it. I haven't watched it yet.
It's good.
Wow. So, what is this movie?
Barbarian.
This is easy.
Yeah.
This is easy. For you guys, like the cinephiles in the chat will know. Yes, it is. Of course. This is Cabaret. Gonna punch in a little bit on this one so you can see the main actresses. Most of the posters today we have covered, but some of them you were not here. This was one that you were not here.
Yeah. Copycat.
This is, of course, Copycat. If I punch in, you'll probably know what it is.
Oh, I didn't like this movie.
I don't like this movie either. I don't like what they did with the interpretation of the movie.
No.
Of the book. I think that what they were trying to do is trying to mimic the book more than we'll call it the Disney version of it.
Yes.
It is not Saving Mr. Banks. No, it is not Saving Mr. Banks. Mr. Banks is Emma Thompson. This is Kate Winslet.
Yeah.
Chat doesn't know. This is
it Finding Neverland?
Finding Neverland is correct.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite fucking movies of all time. We had such a blast reviewing it. This movie is so fun.
Yeah.
If you have not seen this movie, do yourself a favor, and after the podcast wraps, go watch
Literally, watch this movie and then go watch the podcast that we did, because we did have a fucking blast on this.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
I slap at the base. I slap at the base.
Whoever says it, I'm going to say it back to them.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be you, because we need to go. This is not... It is
They're the Rush
fans.
But Paul's got it first.
I love you, man. I love you too, man, too.
Again, I think it's Nick Cage's best performance, and he won an Oscar for it. Another one of our...
I will thoroughly disagree that it is his best performance.
I said it's one of his best.
Far better, not better movies, but far better performances. This is Leaving Las Vegas.
One of the earlier ones that we did too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on. It's way too easy.
I know.
Young Statham and the gun. I mean, you're like...
Yes. Statham and the gun. I don't think that's the name of the movie, but yes.
No, Young Statham and the guy with the gun. Like, you're like, yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. That's correct. I told you it's everything that we did.
In a movie that I got you to watch, like it's a Christmas classic for me, and you ended up loving it. Which I'm like, yes.
I liked it. Yeah, I don't love it, but I liked it. It's a really good movie. A really good movie by what's his face? The guy with the gun. Oh, I forgot his name.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton. It's not Gross Point Blank. No. Different woman. This is not Minnie Driver. And I don't think Billy Bob is in Gross Point Blank, is he?
He's not. If it helps you, she was also in The Devil's Advocate, and you got to see a lot more of her in The Devil's Advocate.
You can see all of her in Devil's Advocate. Nobody knows. This is
The Ice Harvest. That's another great movie.
I think I have this not this poster. I have this movie in a different poster somewhere in the vicinity of everything.
Yeah, Sandra's gonna offer it. It's easy.
Yeah, it's easy. Lost Boys, The Lost Boys. Yeah, DK's here. You.
Hey, what's up, DK? Operation Fortune was okay, and another great one that we covered in that month. Yes,
it's so crazy. All of those things that we covered, checked. I didn't have the posters of them because I used some of it for the thumbnails, but not for the poster quiz.
Paul's got
it. It is Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Great fucking movie. That movie's so fun.
It was one of those movies that I was like, I knew of it, but I've not seen it because I'm not I'm not a horror fan, so it kind of passed me by. It's more of a comedy.
Yeah, it's a
rather than a full-on horror movie, but it's following all the tropes, but it sets up a trope and then it literally subverts your expectation. So and it was funny. Back on the first floor.
I think that and I Love You, Man was the reason why I made that the Best Friends month. Was those
it on
two
the Best Friends month? Didn't you? No, Tucker and Dale was like on my birthday month.
Oh, that was a recommended month. Okay,
like you need to watch this for this month. This is your birthday month.
yeah, Paul. Teenagers and their cults. Man, he killed himself.
All right, we are super blitzing this movie.
Yeah.
Okay, the setup. The setup for the movie is really simple. We're in Skid Row. There's a flower shop. It's really failing. Mr. Mushnick is the main guy. He has an assistant. Called Seymour, who is, there's a word in Yiddish for it. It's called Chnebetz. It's a nerdy guy.
I would say he's more almost kind of slave labor a little bit. Because at one point in time, he says literally like, yeah, and he's nice to me. I get every other Sunday off.
And what's important, what's unique about this movie, and we did mention this, is that you have these three girls. The three girls are essentially the Greek chorus, like a proper Greek chorus, because the function of a Greek chorus, especially on a stage play rather than a full movie, is not only to tell you the story, it also has sort of an opinion, but it's an opinion that the crowd would have had if they were a part of the story, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So I'm not going to say the correct opinion, but those girls are mentioning the fact that Audrey needs to leave her sadistic boyfriend.
Well, there's even like Mr. Michigan like, I'm beginning to think he's not such a nice boy.
Not such a nice boy. But what they're sort of leading you on through the story. So they're leading you on. They're also narrating part of the story. They're also giving an opinion, but they're also they're functioning as a cutoff point between several scenes in order to get to a different scene or in a different setting, right? So they're moving, and they're also a part of some scenes as participants, because
and they have their own individual character names too.
Yeah. So
because there's Crystal, Ronette, and
Chiffon, right? So they're sort of like they're a part of the neighborhood, because their whole interaction with Mr. Mushnick at the start leads to the Skid Row song.
Well, yeah, because that's perfect the way too, because it's Crystal who does the line. It's like, well, you can't have that, not down here. And you go downtown, and it's like right into again, like there is again. I'm not a big fan of musicals, and you aren't either. But some of the music in this is actually really good. Like the Skid Row song is fantastic, and the chorus line at the end of Skid Row, great.
The thing about like there are a few songs in this that are not movie musical songs. It's not like Singing in the Rain or like Sound of Music. It's a song that you would definitely, this is a Broadway show, right? It's sort of all the people are standing around singing towards the camera, sort of like it has that feel of, okay, this, I can see this on Broadway, or I can see this on a stage play or something, right? And other songs have a lot more flow to them, like the Dentist song, right? That's
you'll be a dentist, and also
Dentist?
The first song between 2 and Seymour, you're gonna get it. That seems like more like a top 40s like pop kind of hit for that time, especially like the easy like bass line throughout that song is like it's catchy.
and the thing about it is this failing flower shop has Seymour, and apparently Seymour has found this weird plant that there's a whole song about it, how he got it from this ancient Chinese like flower salesman.
Because it happened after the eclipse. It happened on September 23rd. He mentions it several times, even with the conversation with Will Wilkerson. He keeps bringing up the eclipse over and over and over again. Like, hey, audience, do you get it's an alien? Do you get it?
And the thing about it is, before he even feeds it blood, he takes it out, and there's it's
Christopher Guest who's the first customer who walks in and is like, "What is that interesting plant? Oh, well, I'm here. Let me buy $50 of roses. Can you bring 100? No. Oh,
it's like, okay, I'll just have to buy.
I guess I'll have to buy double.
Now, if you've seen the movie, you don't see any flowers there until there's actually flowers that they can sell. There's no, like, you look at where the flowers are, and I mentioned this to my wife when we were watching this. Like, can you tell there's like no flowers there at all until that moment where they actually come in and buy? Christopher Guest, by the way, married to Jamie Lee Curtis. That's like a biggie. But he's also Count Rogan or Rugen in The Princess Bride.
Yep.
And my wife was like, I know that name. Like, you don't. It's like, no, I think he's Count Rogan. And I was like, no, that's not the guy.
Yep.
And we were both on the phone. It's like, oh shit, he's Count Rogan. And I was like, he's Count Joe Rogan. And she's like, no, it's not Rogan, he's Rugen. Okay. I just found it interesting.
Well, it's great. So just to intersperse as we're going through stuff, just some lines that occur before the Mishnik. That there's the bit where they're going to go out for dinner, but she goes, no, I've got a date, and he goes, well, Mishnik says, well, she has to go, but Seymour, you take care of the plant. That's what you have to. And he looks at the plant and goes, I don't think she's a healthy girl. And Mishnik just goes, between you and I don't think Audrey 1 is either.
like, oh, that's a little bit foreshadowing, foretelling thing. Yeah. Bazinga? No.
Side note, telling my significant other that, where I'm like,
don't do it. Don't do it. So Audrey is becoming so the whole point of like from point A to point like S, as in it goes real fast in terms of publicity. He has to go on this radio show because it made the local Skid Row. It's Skid Row. It's
Radio.
SKID whatever. It's like
it's Skid Row Radio. Yeah.
Radio. It's like, really? I don't think there is, but you know. It works for the movie. But the fact that
did have to
John
love the bit where
Candy-
with Audrey too, trying to bite the woman's ass. That's in
the
front of
woman's
us.
ass. It's like, oh, that's really, I think Seymour should have caught wind of that thing. And he is so unfamiliar. It's sort of kind of reminded me of in Wayne's World 2 when they go to promote it on the radio and the radio guys all over the place
with
And
Garth.
when
It's like,
yeah, he's they're both kind of stuck, and they realize the radio guy doesn't even listen to what they say, and they say stupid shit. But Seymour doesn't. He's so afraid of fucking up at this point. He's just blurting out one thing at a time.
and what's great is on the opposite side during that, Audrey comes into the shop. This is another line that she says. It's like, so I got, well, Mr. and Mrs. asks like, what, you got tied up? No, just handcuffed a little.
Yeah. It's like, whoa, whoa. And then of course, when she gets home, she has that song,
Somewhere That's Green. Yeah.
Somewhere That's Green. I'm so bad at this. And
I've got all the
after
songs.
Sort of
You're
that
good.
Greek chorus was on the streets. Like, girl, you need to like not be with this dude. You need to find another guy.
Yeah, and it's Chiffon. Tisha Campbell's character's like, why don't you date that little guy with the glasses? Oh, he's nice. He's too nice for somebody like me.
It's like you were like before you met the dentist. You were like a stripper, a whore. What were you that you don't deserve like Seymour?
She worked in a bar called The Gutter, according to Suddenly Seymour song.
I guess, but again, she was a waitress, a bartender?
No, but she says like, but I wear really flimsy outfits, nothing classy like I'm wearing now. Where you're like,
the issue with Ellen Greene, and this is funny, and I said it to my wife because I'm an asshole and I'm a fucking man, and I need to be shot and killed in the street. Not really. Ellen Greene is not well endowed, yet her entire rack is like pushed out.
Yeah.
And look, I'm a man. Like I said, I'm very shallow. I enjoy things, but I was like, it's so like out there, and it's so obvious today for me that she got like smushed out there.
Oh well, yeah,
it's so much so that my wife was like, nah, it's all for show. There's like,
yeah. Well, what's great is right after that they have the entire bit with the Some Fun Now, and basically like just the declination of Seymour, where he's getting all the negative sides of all the fame and he's not getting any positivity out of it. Yeah. And the self-reflection that Audrey has about like, you have really low self-image. I'll go out with you and I'll buy you new clothes. It's like, baby girl, look in the mirror.
That whole bit about I thought for a minute about that. You really want something, and when you get it, you realizing it's not exactly what you wanted.
Yeah.
That whole thing about I want to be famous, but when you get famous, you're like, oh shit, I didn't know about this thing.
This is awful. Yeah.
This is terrible. This is awful. It actually made me think about it. I don't want to be famous. I want to make a little bit of money, but I would rather just stay here where I'm at because I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's just say I'm a denizen of YouTube, and I've seen like different communities with different dramas all over the fucking internet.
Yes.
And I was like, I kind of want to make money, but if I have to be them to do so, then
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Pretty good here where I am. Right.
So it goes right into You'll Be a Dentist.
You'll Be my favorite song of the
which is great, and I love the entire bit where Steve Martin does it twice, where obviously it's on rails, but how he gets off the motorbike and it just stops.
Yeah, that's one of the coolest things, because it actually does happen twice.
That's her.
Yeah, that's her. That's That's Henson's daughter.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Again, the dancing bits, the trying to like they put a biker image on him, but he went a little bit more, even with his singing, he went a little bit more Elvis, at least to like in my ears, like, yeah, this always been some sort of an imitation of an Elvis thing. It doesn't go all the way. It really doesn't.
Yeah. The only time he really kind of hits it is when he's kneeling before the shrine to his mom, where he goes, "Oh, mama." It was like, okay, we get it now.
Yes, we do.
And the other bit is if you can get that shot of the inside, the interior of the mouth puppetry that they did, and that one shot is like, that's like there was no reason why they needed to do this, but they just did it.
And to be honest, and I did say it again today, this guy needs to be in a dentist because he's got like real fucked up teeth. Like, real fucked up teeth. Like, I understand why he's at the dentist. And this is, again, the sort of inclusion of the Greek chorus as an actual chorus rather than just telling a story. It's sort of, it just makes it way more interesting and has stuff for them to do. But the thing is, and I did notice it today, and I've never noticed it in the past, they're really into the movie and until a certain point, and then they kind of disappear for like 20 to 30 minutes where you don't see them, you don't hear them, not even in the background. And then when suddenly Seymour comes up, they're suddenly a part of it. And they join in.
And then the rest of the time too is there's a bit where they're just in the background singing "It's Supper Time."
Yeah,
like it's great. But that when he flies in on the bike again, he has one of the best lines: "Relax, have some nitrous oxide."
Yeah, and he's like, he is a full-blown nitrous addict. He's like Whippets before Whippets was a Whippets thing.
Yeah,
literally. You don't know what Whippets is. You're gone. You're out of here. We're talking about drugs. You're out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
I know.
I'm not saying fucking nothing. But the guy's a fucking addict to nitrous. Let's just call it that. He is way more than just a sadist. He is an actual asshole. Because he enjoys it. Where are you?
What do you mean?
You're here, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
You're quiet. I'm saying the guy.
I was looking over notes. Yeah.
Okay. The guy, Oren, which I thought was a stupid name anyway, because it doesn't match with like Scavaldini or whatever his last name is.
No, it's Oren Scritello. You're like
Scritello. Very, very Italian. Steve Martin does not act Italian at all.
No.
But yeah, he's overwhelmed by this weird plant and then immediately on a dime, all right, let's go. Like, fuck off. Oh, you're famous? Oh, I'll give you like a
free root canal. Come on.
Root canal. Like, I will definitely not take any root canal from you.
And then we finally get the introduction to Tui talking. Feed me.
Yeah, the feed me line. Well, feed me Seymour. One of the best moments, because Levi Stubbs really kills it as the voice of the plant.
Yeah, really there is. I've never seen the actual stage production, but I don't think there's any way that anybody could outdo Stubbs in that role.
No,
I mean,
I don't think so. I don't think so. It's
everything
it's
with you're going to get it. And what's interesting too is if you watch this, you just go with the syncing of that, especially since it was obvious all 80 yard.
Oh yeah.
How basically Rick Moranis is going against the puppet, but the puppetry is so fluid and there is no miscues. There's no Milli Vanilli lip syncing errors.
And you know what's crazy? In most of the time where they moved that puppet, they had to shoot it at 12 frames.
Yeah.
And the actors needed to move slower and make it work when they sped it up. The reason why they shot some of it in 12 frames is to make the puppet look less mechanical.
Yes.
It's less in this parts. It's more when you have the vines moving and everything. That's where, when it becomes really big, then it really looks weird moving. At this stage, it's really easy because you've got essentially 5 puppeteers. When it's really big, it's about 20. It's a crew of 20.
Yeah.
Because got all the different vines. That's like 3 people. The mouth, the inside of the mouth, like just the tongue is just a guy with 2 levers. Yeah. It's really strange how they did it. But yeah, when it becomes big, they had to do it at 12 frames whenever they're even when they're talking, they had to do it slowly. It's really weird process, but it worked seamlessly when it's sped up. So one of those things.
Yeah, and again, at the very end of that, it's such a really cool juxtaposition of the character of Seymour, because even at the line that Tui has, where he says a lot of folks deserve to die.
Yeah.
Well, wait, and then he looks across the street and sees Oren hit Audrey, and he's like, "Yeah, fuck it."
Yeah,
he sure looks like pet food to me. Yep, sure does.
He gets a gun. By the way, that gun is a magical gun, because when Audrey 2 takes the gun, it's a revolver with 6 shots, yet he fires like an action movie.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
He breaks up the place with the gun. It's like, where did you reload that thing? You didn't. Magical bullets.
The cut when the sadist meets the masochist, and you're like, you two should be a pair in heaven, but no, the sadist wants you to feel pain, and it wants you to actually like not enjoy it.
Yeah. He never shot it. No, this is something interesting.
That's
DK,
different between the theatrical and the director's cut.
Really? He didn't shoot it?
He doesn't shoot it.
So see, that's why I'm telling you there are differences. Okay. I wanted to get to something really interesting. Not about Tui, not about shooting the plant, nothing. If you notice, Seymour never actually shoots Oren, right?
No.
And Seymour doesn't actually push Mushnik or do anything to Mushnik. Like, he doesn't hit him over the head.
Mushnik just backs into Tui. Yep.
And this is something my wife said. Look, he didn't actually kill them. That's how you know he is the hero of the story.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't do anything really bad. So it is a dark story. That's why the director's cut doesn't work. Because at the end there is the dark ending. Yeah. Oren, and if he pushed Mushnik, then the dark ending actually fits, because Seymour deserves his fate.
It's comeuppance, yeah.
Otherwise,
I get that.
It does. It's like, that's why the dark ending. That's why it doesn't work.
I would say,
and I found it really interesting. How
gotta go a little forward, then go back, but just a little forward.
Sure.
When Mushnik tries to blackmail him over seeing him chop up Oren's body. Well, I want to go back just so you could go over the Bill Murray scenes, because it's like one of the best bits in the entire movie. But just want to say, I do believe the plant fully digested whatever Oren's corpse was, so there is nothing left for him to be incriminated by. Even if there were to be blood, at that point in time, there is no forensic evidence that could tie him to cutting up the body, or that. And also, so the plant ate it.
The thing about it is, it's all about the guilt that Seymour
feels.
Feeling.
Yeah. And also too, Seymour is, again, deep down a nice guy. And so he does feel guilt and remorse about even feeding Tui.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is the whole point. And that's what I found interesting about what you said, because I thought that is the simplest explanation of knowing in the story who is your villain and who is your hero. The hero does not do villainous things. If he does, he's not a hero. He may be an anti-hero, and there's a purpose to a villainous thing, but he's not a villain.
And it's also why Mr. Mushnick kind of deserved what he got anyway, because he was a villain the entire time by exploiting Seymour his entire life.
Yeah. Like I said, and you said it's sort of a comeuppance.
Yeah.
Which is,
but I just love that the bit with when he has the pair of pliers that I was talking about, please,
yeah.
Bill Murray's fantastic in that. Yeah.
The fact that I'm gonna hold on. Give me a leeway. I want to get to a specific shot. This one,
and again, just to go over it too, it was basically just the fact that he asphyxiated. That's the reason why Oren died.
Yeah,
because he had the mask on his face.
What? Essentially, this is why I thought, like, mentioning the fact that he was addicted to nitrous literally killed him, because he just overdosed on it.
Well, I love the fact that he's just like, why'd you do that? The girl. What girl? Oh, that girl.
Yeah, that girl.
And he died. Yeah.
This is perfect. This is perfect. The fact that Seymour, this is where you see Seymour, like, he's guilt-ridden on what he has done. He knows that this plant is out of fucking control. He just doesn't know how far out of control it really is.
And then so he sees Audrey talking to the cops, and she feels guilty because she actually kind of wished for him to go away.
Yes, because he was hurting her.
And it's just like, it would be a miracle, including all the money I'd save on Epsom salts and Ace bandages.
That is terrible. That is
it's a horrendous, like, oh yeah, we're making fun of domestic abuse.
Yeah, it's like it's a beaten woman syndrome, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's like, at some point I deserve it. You know, that old stupid saying. Yeah, he beats me, but I deserve it. It's like, no, you don't. You actually don't. You need to get the fuck away.
Well, that are also like, no, he just had a really bad day. Like,
oh my God. He had a long day at work. He was troubled. I pestered him. Blah, blah, blah.
You know, really, I shouldn't have been nagging so much. Like, no, you need to call someone and get you the hell out of there. Extricate yourself from that situation.
And like you mentioned before, and I said it, this is one of the songs that literally showcased why Ellen Greene was supposed to do this role. She has a set of pipes in this song, the Suddenly Seymour, which actually interludes with a little bit of that green place, right? A little bit.
Some places green, yeah.
Some places green,
somewhere that's green, yeah.
It kind of, there's an interlude there that she does sing it a little bit, but then she comes back to Suddenly Seymour. That it sort of intertwines, sort of that we kind of realize through the song, we realize, yeah, they're supposed to mingle together. It's supposed to connect together. And that's the song that kind of connects them both.
DK, the only again, well, I would say this is kind of an annoying song, but it also just like, it just showcases how powerful Ellen Greene's voice is.
Yes,
that's the really good thing about this song.
They even had a sort of Romeo and Juliet pose to them a little bit. Of course, he climbs up to the balcony where she sings, right? And then, of course, in the background, we do see the Greek chorus. They're singing, but not. They're just humming the tune, so they're not really intervening.
They're providing like the backup, ambient noise, which is what you need a lot of times, because there would be that in any kind of R&B or doo-wop group at any point in time.
And then, of course, we have the blackmail. Because what Mushnick does, it kind of starts off with, I'm just taking you to the cops. When they get to the door, it's like, wait a minute.
No, he's on to you. Now, see, if you just go away for 30 to 40 years and you
Yeah. Which is essentially, life. But then, of course, the only point where you're like, I'm thinking it's gonna go down is Seymour kind of talking to Mushnick, and he doesn't really push him because he doesn't talk as when advancing to him.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't
gun.
this the entire time too? We have the three, like, it's supper time in the background.
I don't remember, but the fact of the matter is, it's Mushnick taking a step back and Seymour taking a step forward when they're talking, because Seymour is sort of coaching it, because Seymour knows what's going to happen if Mushnick comes close, but he just lets it happen rather than actively doing something.
Yeah.
Right? They're talking, and then he just falls into the thing. And this is it. If you're sort of didn't notice that, or didn't want to, didn't realize how deep, how far Seymour has gone in terms of getting famous, is this entire scene. When they offer him contracts at the wazoo, sign this, do this, have a drink, have a cigarette, all that stuff. And it really felt very Mad Men to me.
Oh, well, it was of that era. Yeah, it was.
It's like, it felt like, they kind of captured the same thing.
Even when they were at the diner, when they gave him the dessert, even to the dessert bit, where he actually says dessert. And look at him.
He looks like he doesn't want to be there.
He looks like a lost child. That's what he looks like. Yeah. He looks like any child actor ever. Like, I don't know if I should sign this.
This is why Rick Moranis was so good for the part, because he has that puppy dog eyes. It's the same puppy dog eyes that he had when he was talking to Dana in Ghostbusters.
Very much so. Yeah.
Do you want to go on a date with me? We have a party. Everybody's we're playing Parcheesi. The puppy dog eyes. And then it just turns on at his head. And this one, it kind of sets him up towards, I'm feeling a burden that I didn't actually want. Plus, I think I just killed 2 people. Like, it's not me, it's the plant, but
it's the plant. Yeah.
I caused it. That's the guilt-ridden Seymour.
What's also interesting too is just how, given the context of the time, given the fact that there was no actual cable, so he was be giving a national television show about gardening. He would have been one of the most famous people in America at the time.
He would have been what's her face for cooking? Not Betty Crocker. Betty Crocker is like the books. I had her fucking name.
Oh my God, I just lost it. Yeah, Julia Childs. Yeah,
Julia Childs
for gardening. Yeah.
But of course, it doesn't quite happen, because at a certain point he's like, fuck this, no show, I'm not just gonna talk. And he goes outside and he talks to Audrey, and he's like,
well, because he returns to the store and then he's confronted by just mass media and everything's like, this is too much, no, and his guilt is really eating him alive. And then he realizes when Audrey comes out, like, oh, they're gonna come back with a check, I can cash the check and we can just run away.
I could just do the thing and just leave, and we will. And this again goes into somewhere that's Greene, because he is essentially trying to sort of complete her fantasy of this house with 2 kids and a dog and TV dinners
in bed by 9:15
and a chain link fence. I can't get over that.
And plastic on the furniture to make sure that it's clean.
plastic on the furniture to make everything nice and neat. And I was
nice
are
and
you
clean,
fucking
because
insane?
it goes right into the next verse of somewhere that's green. Yeah, like yes, it's like this is like it's such a time capsule. It's fantastic.
Yes, and it's like if you were growing up at a time, it didn't happen to me until I've noticed. Like I did not notice it until later on when I was a teenager.
Yeah,
my grandma.
Yep.
Not everything was on plastic. There was one that was on plastic, the new one.
Yeah,
I did not notice it at all. Like
my
when I was a kid,
great-grandparents
didn't. Yeah. Like I didn't notice it, and when I was a teenager, I went to her for like a weekend, and I was sleeping on the regular couch with the one that I was like sleeping on, and then I realized it had the plastic. I never sat on the plastic one, not because nobody told me to, because it wasn't comfortable to sit on it with the fucking plastic.
Yeah,
especially when you're like trying to get your feet up and everything. And then I noticed it. And this is after, like I've seen it in several other movies. Like, oh my God, I'm living this shit.
And the one thing that I think they missed that I can't recall if it showed it or not was anything that had aspic in it. So like Jello based foods that were really big at cocktail parties and stuff back then, where they used to make the most disgusting dishes.
I don't think they went into it that much.
I don't think they did. They did show Tupperware, which I was very, very happy that they did, because I'm like, yeah, that is
because it's
of that time.
Very much like it. What it did, it showcased that dream, right? That's that's
the
why
idealized
fantasy.
Well, I'd say
because it's a fantasy.
Yeah. Well, it's at the time where even she mentions home and gardens, but home and gardens at the time, that's the lifestyle that they were showing as this is where this is like the perfect suburban housewife lifestyle.
Yeah. Yeah. Which it was all bullshit. I mean, some people actually did have that life.
Oh yeah.
But then, you realize, well, when it went into the 70s, and suddenly all those people who went into that life are like the biggest swingers ever. Not multi-level marketing. No. Not just, it's not a Ponzi scheme. They sold a well-marketed lifestyle. It's the Mad Men.
It's tract housing.
Thing.
Yeah.
Just go watch the TV show Mad Men. They sell exactly that. And it didn't come out of nowhere. It was actually sold to people.
Very prevalent.
In the Midwest and even in the South. But it was less prevalent in the South. It was more like if you were in a big city, then going into suburbia, that's where the thing is. It's very much of the time. And it plays off in here as an idyllic thing that Audrey wanted, because she was very much a city girl. She worked at bars. She, was in Skid Row, yeah. He's like, I'm gonna not feed you. At one, I'm not sure if it's in the director's cut or not. He's like, feed me. He's like, I'm not gonna feed you to any more people.
Any more people?
I'm just gonna go to the butcher shop and get you some chopped meat.
I'll get you some ground round. Well, don't do me no favors.
Man, Levi Stubbs fucking nailed it. Dude.
Nailed it. It's
he
so
really
great.
Nailed it. So what Audrey does, Tui, right? He calls Audrey.
Okay, and one of the best bits of puppeteering I've ever seen. How he breaks out of he hasn't fully broken out of his pot yet.
No,
but
not
he
yet.
has the bits of his I would say more ambidextrous vines
He
pull him all the way to the payphone. To the register first, where he opens the register, gets a quarter, pulls him to the payphone, calls her, and he's tapping his vines on the glass
fingers.
like he's waiting.
It's sort of putting like a human twist on this evil plant.
Oh yeah.
He's tapping. Who's tapping on the fucking window or whatever while waiting for it to, somebody to pick up the other side of that line? It's like, that is such a human behavior rather than an alien behavior. But yeah. And yeah, super well done. Like I said, the real issue with the plant was the vines, not the lips or the mouth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and her too, and she's like, "It's me," and she looks out the window and sees the plant on the phone. Where you go? Okay, I am not going over there.
Yeah,
there is no way in hell I'm going over there.
Yeah, the simple solution is, sorry, simple solution. Don't go.
Yeah.
Why are you going? I didn't understand why she's going.
But she goes up there singing about how he needs water.
Yeah. And when actually Seymour comes in, she's like halfway into his mouth, and he saves her. And again, this is one of the differences between the director's cut and the theatrical cut.
Yeah.
Is he picks her outside, he takes her out. This is the theatrical. This is not the director's cut. He picks her up, gets her outside. She's all, frazzled and, almost half-eaten. And
I'm okay. Falls over. I'm not.
Yeah, and they have that they have that moment. In the director's cut, he picks her outside. She's literally singing the last verses of her song.
Of Somewhere That's Green, yeah.
Yeah, Somewhere That's Green, and then she dies. And it's like, feed me to the monster. And then she dies. And I was like, yeah, I don't remember that from the theatrical cut. I strictly remember not.
That did not happen
at all.
So I would say that's really where the big divide is right there. Because there is, again, in the theatrical cut, you just have, again, the one bit of self-awareness that I love about this movie is it's Jim Belushi as his name is Patrick Martin. He's the guy from like a Globotech kind of plant-based company.
Yes.
He comes like, if you two could stop singing for a second, I need to talk to you.
Yeah. The dark ending, or the original ending of the director's cut, in the director's cut, it's not Jim Belushi. It's somebody completely different. I think the name of the actor is like Tony Dooley, I think.
Yeah.
He does play the Patrick Martin role, right? It's Seymour attempting to commit suicide from Audrey's building, and he's about to go as Patrick walks in to the roof.
That's the director's cut. Yeah.
With a small Audrey 2 already in his hand.
Yeah.
And he's like, we need to, market this to California, blah, 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 blah. And Seymour realizes, no, this can't happen. I have to go and kill the Tui. He goes out and down the fire escape instead of jumping. And Patrick Martin is like, we don't even need you for this. I was just doing you a favor.
Yeah.
We don't have to do this because we already have the plant because we got it already. He has it in his hand. Like, you motherfuckers. Like, you could have cut Seymour out, bitches. But yeah, that's the rough ending. This one is way more lighthearted.
Yeah, because the two of them are going back and forth. They're having that sudden realization back to back. Going,
yeah,
what? All over America, the world. We have to stop him.
Exactly. Sort of. Seymour gets to the same conclusion in both versions, and Patrick Martin is sort of similarly the slick salesman in both versions.
Well, I love it in the theatrical where he just goes, I'll come back when you're in a better mood.
Yes. It's like, that's way different from the dark version, which is the sort of, I'm going to say the political messaging. It's not political, but it's sort of like the the anti-corporate messaging in the dark version is way more prevalent.
Very much so, yeah.
Very poignant, I thought. Especially after all the contract signing and all that entire scene.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. Well, we have
before we get to the end.
And well, we have one more song left, so
we get to the end because it's time to play
Round 1, fight.
I was trying to get the cinema death match in before the thing comes.
Segue, cut up.
Segue, cut. Cinema death match is where we take two movies, pit them together, and see which one is the best one. If there's no discernible difference between the two, both of them are good or both of them are bad. We fall into our criteria, which is Saturday evening, Friday evening, out with the boys, out with the girls, out with your significant other. Two movies in a vacuum. Which one will we pop in? They Live or The Karate Kid. Chat participation is most welcome. Give us your choice. Give us your short explanation why.
The Karate Kid could wax off. It's They Live.
Fuck off. The Karate Kid is one of those movies that when you realize it's a part of 1984, you're like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it makes sense. They Live still better.
No, it's not.
Yes,
it's
it
the
is.
Karate Kid. I don't care what anybody says.
You're wrong. It's okay.
All right. Annie or Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. That is the first one.
Yes.
Paul Harley's like, the fight sequence is the best.
You dirty motherfucker.
My God.
Which you have to love that they redid it in South Park with Timmy and Jimmy. Cripple fight.
Yes, cripple fight. Chat says pirates. What say you?
It's definitely Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, honestly, first and foremost, can you not think of a better person to cast as Captain Jack Sparrow than Johnny Depp? He basically is that character.
Kind of. He says he's not, but kind of. I mean, Annie does have Buck the dog from Married with Children.
Yes, that's about the only good side of it, though.
It's pirates because Annie has songs. I mean, it's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us.
You have not seen the trial. I know you.
What?
I know you have not seen the trial.
What trial?
The film, The Trial.
With Kyle MacLachlan?
Oh, you have seen it?
Of course I did.
Okay.
It's my first and probably only Kafka movie that I've ever seen. Because I want to blow my fucking brains out at the end of that movie. This is not the original trial.
No.
What? Okay, I'm going to switch it because I haven't seen it.
I've
seen the Kyle MacLachlan one. All right.
Oh, this is fantastic because this is going to be in a month coming up.
All right. So Fantasia or Midsummer?
Don't worry, it's just a guy in a bear suit. It's okay.
My God in heaven, why do I have to make this choice? It's Fantasia. Fantasia is not really a movie. Fantasia is a showcase of what Walt Disney Animation Department can do.
Yeah.
If they're just let loose. I'm pretty sure it was heavily criticized by Disney himself, by Walt. But it's Fantasia. It's guys, whoever said Fantasia, prepare yourself. About Schmidt or Transformers Dark of the Moon. That is the third one?
Yes.
Second one? Third one? I will press haven't seen it, but I won't because it's about Schmidt.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's
too easy.
Yeah.
Last two. Gran Torino or Iron Man 2?
We could do one more after this.
Okay, fine.
But
we can do one more.
While I did like Gran Torino, and I thought that was one of Clint Eastwood's better latter day performances, Iron Man 2 essentially was really the thing that set up the Avengers, because the success of Iron Man really led into Iron Man 2, and Iron Man 2 was such a massive hit that it really gave the funding to really fund the rest of the MCU, for better, for worse.
There are moments in Iron Man 2 that I really don't like, but there are moments in there. There are like comedy gold.
Oh, yeah.
Comedy gold for Iron Man 2. Just the fact that that last scene, they go in, him and Rhodey, and then it's like, Rhodey, duck. It's like, and he cuts all of them. It's like, okay, next time you open with that. That and every fucking scene with Sam Rockwell. Like every single one.
Yeah, because Sam Rockwell's just fucking great.
Yeah. Mine is Iron Man 2. Gran Torino is fucking great. All right. If we're going with Clint Eastwood, we're going to go back in time.
This one's too easy.
Outlaw Jesse Wells or The Hours?
This is way too easy.
I know, for me.
Because you would never watch The Hours for fun, ever. No.
No. And this is like Clint Eastwood going back into being a Western, because I think he kind of left the spaghetti Western, didn't want to do any Westerns, and then was like, fine, I'll do another Western. But this time, make it an American one.
Yeah.
The Outlaw Josie Wells. It still holds up as a pretty fucking solid
what's so great
Western,
is it's obviously Edge of Tomorrow on that one, but the next one is coming up.
I know. That's why I left it alone. If you didn't notice, I saw what movie this is.
Hackman.
Hackman. All right. Let me bring up the movie. All right. So
we have the entire song.
We have shot. So
we have the Mean Green Mother from Outer Space song.
Yes. Second favorite song in the entire movie.
Which is your favorite then?
It's the dentist song.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This is my second favorite in the entire movie.
My favorite is You're Gonna Get It.
Oh, okay.
Because that walking bass line is a lot of fun, and that's they are like doo-wop jazz kind of numbers, so they're it's my kind of alley where it's like, okay, it's simple 4/4 timing, but it's a lot of fun.
Okay, I get you. Doesn't matter. This one is just I don't know what to tell you. That entire sequence in the dark one and in the theatrical one. It's so director one and theatrical one, they're both pretty awesome.
Yeah,
they're both pretty awesome.
I love it in the theatrical one with all the little tiny buds that are on his vines.
They are in the director's cut. They're even more in the director's cut.
Yeah.
It's an entire sequence where Seymour almost gets eaten, and then the entire building kind of falls apart because like Chewie goes, I was like, I haven't eaten yet. I am still gonna grow. So he literally bursts out of his shell, his pot, and he knocks over the walls, and then he knocks over the fucking roof.
No, because he even sets it up where he deliberately tries to crush Seymour to death, instead of eating him. Which I was like, you can obviously really overpower your pseudo dad. So like, why wouldn't you just eat him?
I mean, you can literally grab him with your vines and crush him.
Yeah.
And he couldn't do anything. Like, it's Rick Moranis. It's not The Rock. And even The Rock is like, Dude, this is the theatrical cut. He does shoot him. This copy I have here
I
is
don't
the theatrical cut.
I don't recall it in that, but
I'm just saying, magical bullets. I mean, he shoots them at least 15 times.
well, all I'm saying is at least that or he's Superman, or that or it's a Pulp Fiction scene. You see the Kennedy was carrying. We
Yeah,
should be
I
dead. That or I'm thinking back and to the left.
Yeah.
Because you said magic. Why did you have to say magic bullet?
Because Kennedy. He had a full clip, though. He was firing at least 15 bullets
But it's a
with a
six
shooter revolver. Did you notice an ammo change? No. He was Schwarzenegger with that gun in like Last Action Hero. There's no clip.
I was actually going to go for basically Stallone in any Rambo movie ever,
or Schwarzenegger in any movie that he has to shoot like a gun. Dude,
oddly, except for Predator,
Commando, it's hilarious.
Yeah. Commando. I'm like, I didn't know an M16 had 48 rounds. Wow, that's kind of cool.
It's fucking crazy. Like, I didn't know grenades have ammos. What?
But then, but I love the fact that like he's so confident and how self-assured that Tui is. When he gets electrocuted, he's like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah,
it explodes.
See, there's insulation. I think,
but anywhere around there, I'm sorry, no, he still would have been fried. Yeah, he is dead.
I think so, but yeah, there's insulation. And it comes out of the rubble, sort of a la Ghostbusters.
And the panoramic shot of the somewhere that's green, where it's clear. It's like, also, did track housing have AstroTurf?
But you do need to mow that lawn, even though it's an AstroTurf. Dude, if this is Pinewood, dude, it's literally everything was like, Skid Row is just back and to the left of this fucking thing.
Yes.
Right? But then, of course, and this is...
Speaking of back and to the left, instead of front and to the left, we get a surprise.
This is what's crazy. This is the thing that drove me crazy. Because I knew there was a dark ending to this.
Yeah.
I knew there was a dark ending for this. And I've heard over the years, wow, there's a dark ending to this. Like the theatrical cut doesn't even realize and everything. And I was like, but the theatrical cut doesn't actually end good because
either. No.
In the garden, there's still a tiny bud of Audrey too.
A tiny Tui that actually smiles too. They had the puppeteer to actually make it smile. I'm like, that's such a great touch.
And I was like, I think I've seen the dark ending. No. Today I've seen the real.
Now you've seen the dark
ending.
Now, please take it away, my friend, of the dark ending.
Okay. So, like we mentioned, I have to change file. Where is it? I think this is it. I have to. Okay. So the dark ending. If you guys never seen the dark ending, what happens is Seymour gets the building demolished on top of him and then pulls out of the rubble, and his guilt-ridden face is all over him. Tui grabs him with the vines and eats him whole. And he becomes no, he doesn't become big, but the fact that you had that conversation with Patrick Martin before, and he tells Seymour, we don't even need you. We can just sell these without you. Suddenly it goes into a newsreel where the plant is being sold throughout Like literally there's it sells out in Des Moines and whatever, like Pennsylvania and all these different places in Cleveland, right? And then from there on end, people discover that these things go big, real big, and they start destroying everything.
And the first time I do remember distinctly watching the director's cut for the first time, because you know what I thought of the first time I watched it?
Mm-hmm.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Now these things are a fucking menace. Like they burst in like into buildings and everything. All of this action. Like I said, $5 million out of a $25 million budget. It's so crazy. And there's the point where it goes into this like the day the world end, the war of the worlds type of scenario where you've got these soldiers, right, fighting and shooting these big gigantic monsters with no avail. They have no chance of like killing these things. It's just, it goes into like full-on disaster movie, so much so, right? So you have these soldiers firing. What are they firing? Let me just show you in a second. I have to move it slowly. They're
that's
one,
and that's supposed to be the original Audrey 2. That's supposed to be the one.
No, I you have no idea. Like,
okay,
we don't know because there's not one there. I have to, for copyright issues, I have to move a little bit forward. Because there's actually two. One of them is actually on the head of it. And then, of course, you've got the end. It's not yet the end because it turns from this into like this movie screen. Again, I have to take things off.
And question mark. Yeah. This is why it reminds me so much of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's so much like the ending of it.
Right. And it turns into a movie screen where the original Audrey 2 bursts through the screen. So you're thinking about, okay, I'm going to watch this in the theater, and then maybe you've got this real horror movie type deal going on where you got the monster from the movie who bursts through your actual screen. You got the fourth wall kind of break.
Yeah.
Which is really odd choice for a musical, but it says horror in the title.
Yeah, what was so great too, because even in Mean Green Mother from Outer Space, he mocks other horror characters that were popular at the time, like the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yes.
And the Wolfman is like, that's great.
And this is, of course, Paul Dooley. You recognize the face. He's done many roles, many character roles. He's been a judge in the SVU.
But he was the Jim Belushi character.
Yes, yeah. he was the Patrick Morton role. I had to, because this is, like I said, this is the director's cut. This movie is fucking insane. I'm not gonna lie. I loved it even before, and I really don't like musicals. And yeah, there are some songs where I kind of tuned out. Suddenly Seymour to me goes on for just a little bit.
Too long. Yeah.
Skid Row, again from the start. It starts off really great, and then it kind of goes into what I hate about musical, where it feels like a musical rather than just having an action and singing a song.
Like it's tangentially part of like the story itself. Yeah. A flowing part. Yeah.
It falls apart. But again, you've got the song with Steve Martin that is fucking great. You've got I'm a Big Bad Mother from Outer outer
space. Well, like even
great.
the bit with the you're gonna get it is just that's the first appearance of Audrey to speaking to Seymour and him promising the world to him and him taking that almost, well, it's an alien but a Faustian bargain with this alien creature.
It's literally the deal. It's sort of that deal with the devil kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it, like I said, it actually manifests after Mushnik dies and he has that whole confrontation with these corporate entities or these advertising entities. I call them madmen, but yeah, that sort of a deal. It manifests there and he realizes, no, I really don't
want this. Yeah.
Again, it's so fun to go back to these movies, and I found something completely different with them, with this, the whole fame thing, the Mad Men thing that I didn't really pay attention to. Again, it's one of those sequences or songs where I kind of tune out because it's a musical, and I really want to get to the good parts, which is, you know, the plant singing a song, or Steve Martin doing his thing, or the Bill Murray parts, which is fucking hilarious. It's so hilarious. And it also, if you take yourself out of the comedic moment, it's a nice take about, for us to understand how Steve Martin, the Dr. Oren, can't really function as the sadist if you've got a patient like Bill Murray who enjoys fucking pain. It's like, it really doesn't work. That dynamic isn't there because it's all about power, and Oren doesn't have any power over Bill Murray, right? None. And it drives him crazy. He takes it out on fucking Seymour.
What's so great too is just as an aside, as he's leaving, he finds that he's got one of his tools. Like, oops, sorry.
And yeah, that is the whole fun bit with that character. And again, there are so many things that you can say, well, this is a subtle criticism about this subject. I said political. It's not political. It's criticism about this, and criticism about that, criticism about women that can't break this really dysfunctional, abusive relationship.
I think in many ways it's a lot of a critique of the society of the late 1950s, early 60s at the time, especially like Skid Row nailed it perfectly because they encapsulated what it was.
Yeah.
And now the area that's called Skid Row, yeah.
I told this to my wife. It's like, if we would have gone to Skid Row, you would have noticed that this is like clean. There's lots of rich people here, like coffee shops all over the place with like bougie people here. It's totally gentrified now.
Yes.
Because it's a cheap zone. Rich people bought the poor zone.
Everything. All they did is remodel the shit out of it, resold it to even richer people for more money.
Yes. And they kind of forced the local government, like, you know, City Hall and that sort of thing. They kind of forced it. You have to clean this up. I can't live in this mess. And it happens through like Williamsburg as in Brooklyn has been a real bad zone, and it became this bougie place where it's like you can't get an apartment there because it's fucking insane.
Well, it's not even in New York. It's in like a lot of major cities. Like Chicago is really noticeable about that. Like anywhere outside of Lincoln Park got like it kept growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and growing, where it's impossible to get an apartment outside of Lincoln Park for less than $5,000 a month.
And I'm sure there's areas there in Boston. I'm just going
Boston. Well, obviously, like really, like Silver Lake, California, like anywhere in California, in Silicon Valley, you're like
you mean anywhere in LA.
Yeah, LA. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure at some point Compton is going to be gentrified. I don't know how, but it will be. I'm telling you. Or Inglewood.
Yeah.
One of those places.
Yeah, DK. Yeah, again, it's all over. Yeah.
DK. Yeah. Anywhere's like a major city, probably. Right. Not Detroit, though. Detroit's fucked. I'm just joking, Detroit. I love you.
People are trying to come back and see that. And what's oddly enough, actually, if you're in the city limits of Detroit, it's still a nice city inside the limits.
Not the 8 Mile, though. After that,
no,
fuck that place.
No, it's not even before the 8 Mile anymore. It's like,
it's kind of a little bit closer.
Like, no, where the suburbs where Barbarian was placed, where you're like, shit, yeah.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for this pretty extensive rundown into a movie that essentially has a really short story. If you take out all the songs, it's like half an hour. I'm not joking.
I would say that's about 40-45 minutes of actually solid acting.
Yeah, I know. And to be completely honest with you, I had a blast actually watching the director's cut this time around, even though I was going to watch the theatrical cut.
One. Yeah.
I think they really did a good job and saying, well, we kind of need to let go of the original version of it, or the stage version of it, because this is a movie and people need to get out of this movie with a good feeling. And Warner Brothers were adamant, even though it literally cost them an arm and a leg to do the reshoots with everything that has to do with it. They were like, yeah, we have to sell this movie somehow. And yes, it has a happy ending, but it does have that moment of, there is some darkness in here still.
Yeah.
So it makes it a much more of a pleasing all sides. Because Frank Oz really wanted his version, but he understood why. He relented for a reason, because it's a little bit way too dark to end it this way. And it did it a lot of service towards the entire movie to end it that way, to end it on Audrey's version of things, but with a little bit of a twist.
Yeah. I agree.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that kind of brings us to the part where we tell you what's next. That's why I actually had the thing about Disney, because A, I found it interesting, and B, I knew exactly which movie we're going to cover next.
Are you glad that I changed the months around and put it in the specific order?
I'm so happy you are my editor-in-chief. I am super happy, because next week we are covering not a musical per se, but a movie with music in it. It is actually my favorite ever animated Disney movie of all time. It is the bar in which I judge every single movie, including a Pixar movie. This is Alice in Wonderland. I love the songs in Alice in Wonderland, even the dumbest ones. I do. So go grab yourself a copy of Alice in Wonderland. Be thankful that Disney has not cut it just yet, even though they said they would. They did not cut any of the good bits. All of the drugs are there. All of it. All of the trippiness still there. They didn't cut away the Cheshire Cat and said it kind of looked like Trump, so we have to knock him out. I've heard that. I've honestly heard that. That's why I hate fucking
wild
politics.
take. That is a wild take.
I do not understand. That movie is all about the trippiness. It's all about the journey of it. That's the whole point. And it fits with animation so perfectly. It's just gorgeous. Yeah, go watch Alice in Wonderland, the Disney Alice in Wonderland from 1940, 41?
No, it's
42, 50. Let's see. Alice in Wonder, not in Borderlands. Fuck you, Google. Alice in I still need to watch that show.
It's okay.
51. Yeah. 51. Okay. Go watch Alice in Wonderland and come back to us next week.
And before you end your line, I've said, and remember, chat next week, same time. Don't be late for a very important date.
Hope is a good thing, maybe even the best of things. And someday I'll completely and utterly fail myself because you are so good. Hope is a good thing, maybe even the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. We'll see you next week.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.